Well, hello and welcome back. I'm Kieron Seamons. This is my inky world where we draw and paint and make a general mess. If you're a beginner artist or a very experienced artist, you're all welcome. So I got a very fun comment today about being a content creator. I've never thought of myself as a content creator. I am basically somebody who's getting on with my daily drawing days, and I'm putting a camera there so you can watch me make a mess and have fun. So we've been talking a lot about bears and panda bears and all recently about my comic book, and I thought it would be nice to get in and to draw a bear, a regular grizzly bear type of thing. And I thought it'd be a lot of fun to get in and draw maybe a bit of a nasty, growly, angry bear or something like that. So, if that sounds like fun to you, let's get on with it. Let's do some drawing. Well, hello. We are going to get into drawing some bears today, and that's what today's kind of idea is, to get a bear type drawing going. And I'm going to start off with a paintbrush, and I'm going to try and get a nice kind of beautiful line to start me off with, a beautiful line that will give me some kind of, yes. And I always like to start by putting down a line or a mark or a something, and that kind of gives me this delicious kind of feeling that it's fun, you know, and that kind of always makes me feel like the drawing ahead is already going to be fun, because we've started with some fun. We've started with a mark that could be anything, but today it's going to be a bear. So we have started off with a nice big kind of splashy mark to get the juices flowing and to get us in the mood for just exploring art. And if you are new to the channel, there is no plan, there is no sketch, there is no pre-workings out, there is just fun. Okay? And we get in and we kind of draw our idea of whatever the paper tells us to draw. Whatever comes up in these splashes will dictate what we do in the drawing of the day. Today, I just thought I would try to do a bear, because I have been talking about drawing a bear. That would be a lovely big nose, wouldn't it? And I thought it might be nice to draw some kind of bear, just to follow on with what we have been talking about. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a pen, but it doesn't really matter in the end of the day. It's just whatever you feel is going to be fun at the time, and that's mostly what I do. I just kind of feel like, wouldn't it be fun if I did lots of like splashy feelings around that part there, and that's what I do. So there's not really any kind of, it's just about following your heart, following your mood, following your feelings. And I thought I would do, since I've been talking about doing this cute little cuddly little sweet little bear, I thought I would draw kind of like a little bit of a nasty bear, a growly, angry bear or something like that. And if you get your paper and your pens, you can draw whatever you like. You can just draw along with me, you know. We can share this moment. Just checking all the cameras are moving, as now I am a content creator. I'm very different for a lot of the other art channels, because I have a shop, but I'm not really I don't really concentrate too much on what I'm selling, and that's probably the problem with my channel and everything, is that I should be, I should be a little bit more like, hey, you could buy one of these hats for only $10, or whatever, Like, hey, do you see this pen that I'm doing? They're only $45. You can buy one today. All that kind of guff. Which, I mean, that's one of the sad things about like TikTok at the moment. TikTok has become a shopping channel. It's like every other person is in there to kind of sell something. Did you have a good sleep last night? If you didn't, I recommend this blanket or this pillow or this. My. Is that what the beautiful idea of the internet, is that what it has become? That we're all out selling? But I do sell things. I do sell my prints, of course. I do sell my mugs. And I do sell whatever else I sell. And that is part of the modern artist, I'm afraid. It's like, we have become modernized into the way that people expect your artwork to be on a hat or a pair of underpants or something, And, in this day, also, we as artists, we need to follow, just to stay alive. That's why I even put up my my tip jar, because it's getting harder and harder for artists to kind of make a living, because everything is so instant and everything is so free. It's like, when I started out being an artist, if somebody wanted to see your artwork, chances are they'd have to pay some money. Now you do a video that might take you hours watching you draw your idea, like this bear or whatever. Yesterday was the robin. And what happens is that people watch it for free. And you put up the color drawing after you've painted it, and that is seen for free. And this world has become a free-for-all. And that's kind of what is expected these days for artists. But at the same time, us as artists need to survive. So if you do enjoy my channel and you would like to put something in my tip jar, you can see it at the top of my YouTube channel. You will see a tip jar, and you can support me in that way, or you can pop over and buy yourself a gorgeous mug, or I'm just going to draw some nice big claws here at the moment. Now there is a few videos already in the traffic to go up onto YouTube, but to be honest, the internet here is as slow as a snail's fart at the moment, and it's becoming very, very difficult to get things uploaded. So bear with me, there's lots of good fun stuff coming. There's quite a nasty bear, look. Maybe we'll make him extra nasty. We'll give him like a big chain around his neck. They may be so dangerous they have to chain him up. Or maybe he's just more like a bit more of a kind of a punky bear, and he wears this as a necklace, you know. That sounds like a much nicer story, doesn't it? He's a bit of a punk, and this is his jewelry, a big chain necklace. There is a beauty here with art and with this dip pen, and it's just, I do love the idea that it's just free. It's just whatever we want. There, I made a mistake, but it doesn't matter because I'm enjoying myself, and that's what art should be. Just get on with life and enjoy your art. And art should be a very, you know, it's kind of like walking in the mountains or walking in the park, the fresh air, and that's the way art should be looked at. It's about a luxury of life, you know, that we should all treasure it and enjoy it. And that's how I see my art. I see my art as something that is precious to me. These moments of, especially like this in the morning, waking up nice and early and just having a thought. Now those eyes are not looking as kind of doom and gloom as I wanted it to be, or a little bit more insane than I wanted to. So I'm going to add a few more lines to him. But you can also support my channel by commenting, you know, just saying hello. You know, in my world, there's only me and Mr. Miro, so, which is beautiful. So if you write and say hello, it's a lovely pleasure. If you leave me a comment, it's beautiful. And at night, I sit with Mr. Miro and I read all the comments to Mr. Miro, and he loves it. We get a big blanket and we kind of cuddle up and read through all the comments of the day. And I would be lost without my little beast. In fact, yesterday somebody asked if we would be part of a charity walk, 100 kilometers. I have no idea even how long 100 kilometers is, but it sounds huge. And Mr. Miro's only got little legs, but it's for charity, so why not? So we may partake in a walking adventure, and maybe I will share some of the walk with everybody. If you're interested, of course. So here's today's drawing is a bear. I'm going to try to. It's getting too thin down there, isn't it? So let's get back to our trusty brush and get a bit of weight down there. I do like to add that sometimes, just to separate some of the lines, separate a little bit of the composition of the character. Sometimes it gives a lot of dimension, a lot of depth to a character by adding these lines. And sometimes I do kind of, like now I'm drawing the feet and I have no idea how I'm going to connect it, but that's part of the fun. So don't worry too much. I want to inspire people to just enjoy the process of drawing and the imagination of drawing. And I would love to have some way of seeing everybody's artwork at the same time as well. You know, while I'm drawing and you're drawing, it would be fantastic, wouldn't it? I'm gonna give him quite big, fat, chunky legs, because that's kind of how I imagine a bear to be. Very big, fat, thick, chunky legs. So if you are doing a drawing, tell me what you're doing. I would love to know what you're drawing. I would love to know what your day's adventure is. I would love to know all about it. Should we give him a little tail? Let's bring that other leg down. And it's quite a cold day today, so at the moment Mr. Miro is asleep. He's tucked up with a big fat blanket, which he quite often likes to do when it gets cold. He likes to just sleep. Don't we all? Well, I'm not very good at sleeping. You know, as soon as I start to sleep, my second brain starts to talk and says, hey, what about tomorrow? What about if we draw? And today I need to do some more of the comic today, so I've got to be very busy today. And hopefully the internet won't be too slow and you can see this drawing. Some little highlights on his claws just to add some detail to it. And ink is quite new to me. I've only really been using a dip pen only really for the last year or a couple of years. Before that I was very much into long hours of working on pencil drawings and stuff like that, so there is a rather he kind of looks a bit grumpy more than angry. Some trees in the background so we kind of know. And we know that he's in some kind of forest land. Sorry, I'm not talking very much today. It's a little bit early here, and my mind is still, one of my brains is still asleep. But we have had a lovely morning, the first drawing of the day, and there will be much more later on today. I've got to get back into working on the comic. I've got a lot to do on that. And thank you for anybody who sends me a comment or likes the page, or who even goes across and joins the gang, becomes a subscriber today. And being a subscriber doesn't cost any money. It's just one of those magical words that YouTube comes up with to kind of sound like something magical is happening, but it just means that you've enjoyed the channel and you would like to see more, and I hope you would like to see more. And I just kind of like to frame my drawings, just gives me a feeling of completion. And that is today's drawing. That is a lovely kind of grumpy bear. He was supposed to be an angry bear, but he's kind of looking, he's kind of like, "Oh, you stole my cornflakes," or something, you know. I'm not sure where that came from, but lovely. So please come and subscribe, and if you would like to leave a tip to support the channel in my tip jar, you'll be helping this channel immensely by even the smallest donation. I will try to get a lot of these prints back up on the shop. I know that people have been asking, but you know, artists are very slow on the sales of stuff. Though we did do a very, very, very successful auction, which was really fabulous. I know a lot of you really enjoyed that. And as did I. So, there is our bear. See, I can't stop touching it up. I can't stop. I have to stop. I keep adding perfections to it. So, there we have it. That is today's kind of grumpy bear, or punky bear, or punky bear. Yeah, why not? He's kind of like one of those kind of punky bears that are out in the forest kind of going, "Hey, look at my gold chain," something like that. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you've been drawing too. And come back again and we will do a lot more drawing. Okay? And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.